what you need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is your host, Frank Holder. It's the show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get it started. My man D Jones. D Jones, how you doing, sir?
What's up, Frank?
I see you ready for the weekend, boy.
Oh man, hey man, this is gonna be a big weekend for us. Huge weekend for us.
Yeah,
and I'm calling the upset right now.
I think we're gonna shock the world, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. My man, filmmaker Jason Hayes, also in the building. Jay, how you doing, sir?
What up, fellas? D, burn that shirt.
Make sure you mail it to Jay Monday morning FedEx.
Not happen, man.
And both of y'all wearing a terrible hat.
White Chocolate is in the building too. How you doing, White Chocolate? How's everything?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
All right.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, so we got a great show to get ready to get started on and get this thing rolling while we wait for Howie. Howie's getting ready to jump in too. So let me make sure I get this right. The band is together. D, looks like Howie, you're gonna be up first today, bro. So I'm gonna throw the ball to your court first. Let's get the ball started. All right, so we got to talk about the NFL game last night, D. We got to talk about it. We saw that what happened was the San Francisco 49ers ended up beating the LA Rams 26-23. Mac Jones battled through a sprained left knee, cramping in forearm. He was 33 for 49, 342 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, passing rating of 100.9. And several experts, D, has said this was the upset of the season so far. What's your take, bro?
Well, let me start by saying this. When we got off yesterday, I called it. I said, well, I ain't going to call it, but I picked them to win because I needed to win. So I'm going to pat myself on the back because I did pick them to win. Matthew Stafford balled out too. Like, this was just a good game. I think it went to overtime. The Rams should have won. It was up. But like White Chocolate always say, it's something about these Thursday and Monday night games. I think Mac Jones was coached well. I'm gonna give credit to the coaching on that one. And I'm not mad at the Rams going for it in overtime for a yard. Like, I'm not mad at that. Play to win the game. Like, maybe call a better call, but I'm not mad at trying to win the game. If they would have made it, it would have been genius. But because they didn't make it, it's stupid. But I think they made the right call, and it was a good game, and I won.
I think so too. It looks like Howie Bell's in the building. So Howie, let's go to you real quick. Howie, what's happening?
What's happening? Box seats, y'all good?
Yeah,
what up, though?
What up?
Hey, man, I have to hit y'all real quick. I'm on my way to the studio right now, walking down the street here in downtown Manhattan in the Village. The only people that could go for it on 4th down and be successful is Dan Campbell and the Lions, baby. We got the balls of steel, baby. I heard what you was talking about. But I'm walking down. I'll be in the studio in a second. Log back in, fellas.
All right. So while Howie's getting ready to do that, let me see what Jason Hayes is talking about with this, Jay. Like, what's your take, Jay?
My take, you got to go for the win, but it never should have came down to that, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many horrendous calls that McVay made for that game to even be a game.
Right.
And then they had Mac Jones, who was hurt, and they weren't like going after him the way that they should. Like instead of like keeping the pressure on, they played with their food, and what happened. But this is what I'm saying, man, about it feeds into what you were saying about, is this a huge upset? Of course. San Francisco was a 10-point dog, man. Mm-hmm. The Rams were a 9.5-point favorite at home, had the lead, and they lost. And there's just no way to explain that.
Yeah, it really isn't. But I will say this. From what Steve and I have been watching with Mac Jones over the years, and now D2, I didn't know D was a Patriots fan until recently. Steve, aren't you surprised that San Fran didn't blitz that LA Rams didn't blitz Mac Jones? Because we all know if you blitz Mac Jones, he crumbles. I don't understand why they didn't blitz him that a lot. What's your take, Steve?
Totally agree with that assessment, Frank. We saw him here. He turtled like Tony Eason.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. I don't know why they didn't blitz him more, but he's in a better system. He's getting coached better, as D said. And I will say I'll echo the sentiments of Jay. And I put it in the chat. Before legalized gambling, this is what we would have been called a mafia bag job. All the money's on the Rams. All the money's on the Rams. Everybody's got the Rams.
Yep.
They're 8.5-point favorites, and you think the Rams are going to win, and then they pull the rug right from under you because gambling is not built for us to win. It's built for them to win. So even though it's legal now, right, that DraftKings and BetMGM and all that nonsense, I still say these games are rigged. The WWE scripted, and I am mad at him for going on a 4th and 1 there. And like I put in the chat, look, there's only 17 games. You run the risk of not making the playoffs by being stupid down near the goal line down there, whatever it is, 10-yard line. Put the freaking points on the board and get a tie because you might be on the outside looking in later.
All right, so D, I'm bringing it up to you, D Jones. I'm gonna say this: as a Boston fan, we had a horrible night last night because for the next story. So first story is Mac Jones leads the San Francisco 49ers, right? With Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne had the game of his career. He had a career night last night, and Mac Jones did too.
Why can't we get guys like that?
Yeah. Then
listen, Bourne had 10 catches for 150 yards, bro.
Yeah. Then you go. I turn the channel and I'm flicking back and forth, and then that brings up the Yankees ended up defeating the Red Sox, which happens in Game 3 in the Major League Baseball, which realistically shouldn't even been a Game 3. But let's just look at this right now. The Yankees defeated the Red Sox, and Major League Baseball has got to be happy that the Yankees have now been able to move on. What's your take on what happened last night, D, with the Yankees defeating the Red Sox?
Well, I hate to hurt you and bust your bubble, Frank. I am a Patriots fan.
But you're
my
not.
second baseball team is the Yankees. Like I'm also a Yankee fan. My secondary team. Yeah, good for the Yankees. I like baseball. I wish y'all would have met them in another round and not this round because when the Yankees and the Red Sox play, it's always a battle. I just hate it was the first round and not further. Hey, I don't think the Yankees gonna go that far, but good for them last night. I think it's stopped for them now.
Honestly, I think they're gonna get swept by Toronto, but that's a different conversation for a different day. We gotta see how that plays out. Jay. So the Yankees defeated the Red Sox. What's your take on the Yankees? Because that's the first time the Yankees beat the Red Sox in the playoff series, and I think 10 years? I think it's 10, 12 years. I don't know. I'm sure White Chalk will look it up for me in a second, but it's been a minute. Anyway, the Yankees defeated the Red Sox. Jay, what's your take on that?
My take is a beautiful day every time Boston take an L. That's my take. And that's be my take forever moving forward. Even though I'm down on the Yankees a little bit, man. Them Steinbrenners, make it hard for me to root for that squad. I'm not going to lie. But when it comes to New York versus Boston, I'm always going to side with New York because I like to see the lights on at stadiums, driving down the interstate because that means people making money around here. They're selling hot dogs and people getting the tips and all that stuff. So that's the only upside to me in terms of the Yankees. I'm happy people still got a job to go to.
Right. All right, let me see what Steve, what you talking about the Yankees defeating the Red Sox? I will say this as a fellow Red Sox fan, like you and I both know, we didn't expect them to get this far anyway. So I mean, I'm happy they made it to October. So, but anyway, that's my take. What's your take on this, Steve?
It's too bad D Jones dropped off because that assessment of him being a Yankees fan just put him on thin ice in Redneckville. Oh, there he is. Let me repeat that because he probably didn't hear it the first. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. Listen, Redneckville's not happy with you. And long story short, Frank, I agree with you. Look, the fact that they made the playoffs is, they met expectations, so to speak. They were expected to make the playoffs, not by me, right? Because on our show, I had them at 88 wins and missing the playoffs. So for them to finish in third place and make it, they went about as far as they could, which with the guys that I call the Ocean State job lot bums, and I'm talking about Romy Gonzalez, Lowe, and some of the other guys that they had that, they're like AAA, 4A guys. And that, I looked at the lineup yesterday. The Yankees have 7 guys with 20-plus homers. The Red Sox have 2.
Yeah.
So that should tell you all you need to know. And you know what? When you have pitching depth the way the Yankees do, and the Red Sox had to trot out in the 3rd game a rookie who's made 2 starts, that's bad. So they don't have that. And that kid is from Walpole, Mass. And he pitched lights out. When he threw the first pitch at 100 miles an hour, I knew the Red Sox were done.
Yeah,
I knew it right away.
But I also knew this. What the minute the Red Sox lost game 2, I was like, the Yankees gonna win game 3. I wasn't even following behind all that Boston sports radio. How far are you going to get when you have the worst defense in the league in Major League Baseball? You're not going to get far. But hey, they got that far. I was surprised. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about
Frank, real quick. I know this. The Yankees sent the Red Sox home.
Okay, yeah, we got that. We got that memo.
What happened last night, Frank?
Don't worry about that.
The Yankees beat the Red Sox, D.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. To advance.
I know what I thought.
Okay, I'm gonna remind all of y'all this when it comes back. It ain't like the Yankees got better, so we will get better. So
the Celtics
though.
Steve, they don't know how petty I am, so I'm gonna make sure I have to let them all know.
Frank, I'm working on the last time the Yankees beat the Red Sox in the playoffs, and I want to say it was 20 years ago. So let me get that.
All right, okay. So D Jones, here's the next big story. Okay, I see Howie Bellamy. He's getting settled, and I'm gonna give him 10 seconds more. D Jones, here's the other big story that just jumped off to me today: is Lamar Jackson is not playing this weekend. Baltimore is 1-3. They go in to play Houston. That's 1-3. And the sky is falling in Baltimore if Baltimore Ravens lose. I think what's your take on this upcoming game that Lamar Jackson is not going to play this weekend?
Despite what Howie's going to say, the Ravens are trash. It doesn't matter if he play or not. The Ravens are trash. The game might be even now because the Texans seem to be trash. He must be really hurt. And maybe they believe they can win without him because I don't trust the Texans, which is wild because I thought they would be better than what they are. It might be time to get some trades for the Ravens, man. You got to improve this line, both of them. So, yeah, it might be a good thing that he's not playing if he's hurt.
Yeah, I agree with that. Howie Bell. The Ravens are turning to former backup Cooper Rush. He's getting the ball. Lamar Jackson's got a hamstring injury. He's the first time he's been out since 2023. If you recall, Howie, I said a week ago, the way Lamar's playing, he's gonna get hurt. I said it a week ago. Lamar got hurt, and I think right now the Ravens are done for the year. Different conversation. How are you feeling right now to let Lamar Jackson not playing? Cooper Rush playing. Both teams are 1-3, but Houston, people are overlooking Houston's pass rush right now, Howie. People are overlooking them. I'm picking Houston. I'm going on record right now. I'm picking Houston. I'm gonna go on record and say Houston as well.
I think that Houston is better than what their record is saying it is.
Yeah, it is.
Let me just start there. They've had some collapses, man, that you know what I'm saying, that just what it is in football. But they're definitely better than what that 1-3 record says. I don't know if Baltimore is better than their record. I think their record is exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Them sitting out Lamar, though, I think is a good thing because even if they got a chance of, kind of recovering the season, they got to rest him. They can't play him, especially in this game. You know what I'm saying? They got to put it back up there. Let him get some more rest. Let him do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's a good idea to play Lamar, even for the next maybe 2-3 weeks. If y'all want a chance of trying to resalvage your season or trying to figure out something, let him sit out for the next 3, 4, maybe 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And then let him come back and then try to salvage your season and not look so embarrassing. But I'd sit him down right now. And I'm not mad at Baltimore for letting him rest.
Okay. So D Jones went, Howie Bell went, Jason Hayes, your turn, bro. The Baltimore Ravens statistically has the worst defense in the league. They have the 3rd worst pass rush in the league. Like their defense is at an all-time low. I don't remember in 23 years. I don't remember the Baltimore Ravens defense being this bad at all. I don't ever recall it. So anyway, Jay, as we say, what's your take going in with Houston playing at 1-3 and Baltimore playing at 1-3? What's your take?
Baltimore's a really bad team right now. And I don't think that they're bad because they're a bad team. I think they are a bad team because they had too many key injuries at really key positions. And the backups were not up to snuff, to have them be able to compete. Now, in terms of Lamar being hurt, what is it now? 17-game season now?
Yep.
Right? So this is what, game 4 or is it game 5?
Going into game 5.
Game 5. Going into
All
game
right,
5.
so they played, 4 games, so they're like a quarter through the season right now. So that means that you got 75% of the year still left to play. They still got that aminal, right? Number 22 that they can lean on. You know what I'm saying? To tote the ball. Cooper Rush is serviceable. I mean, he always played well for the Cowboys. So I think that if they come up, with a scheme, to have him just not lose the game for them and lean on Derrick Henry, they might be okay. Because I don't think Houston's very good this year either.
Well, Steve, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with Jay with that part. I do think Houston's better than what their record is. I got to say that. I watched Houston play twice. I was blown away with how good they played, but they made 2 mistakes and lost 2 of those games. So it was 2 key mistakes. But regardless,
not in Duval.
What's your take on this, Steve? Where you at?
Well, I do agree with Jay. They're missing some key guys on defense. Baltimore is. C.J. Stroud seems to have taken a step back for some reason. That's not helping them. That's part of the reason they're not doing as well as they should be doing. But it's a winnable game for them without Lamar Jackson. Hamstring injury. Listen, I'm not an athlete like Jay playing ball or whatever, but I tore a hamstring playing tag football, and I couldn't walk for at least 2 weeks. Now, I know those guys have trainers and supplements and whatever, and they have the better health care than we do, but that's not something you come back easily from when you got to run around. So keeping him out for another week or 2 is probably prudent on their end. And, there's definitely something wrong with Baltimore defensively. They're missing Roquan Smith, middle linebacker. He's huge for them. So the injuries are really taking a toll on Baltimore. And if there's a must-win game for them, this would be it.
Okay. All right. So,
but Hamilton's dinged too. Chocolate.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I can't give them an excuse, man, because Howie team had 800 people hurt last year. And they
doggone right.
And they still dogging us out like that never happened.
Right. I can't.
And y'all got Star Drug too.
Yeah, I can't give them.
All right, D. Jones. Speaking of another game this weekend, another interesting game I'm looking at, D, is the Kansas City Chiefs are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kansas City's 2-2. Jacksonville's 3-1, and they playing at Jacksonville. A lot of people are still picking Kansas City because they exploded over the weekend, but nobody is giving Jacksonville, who has the second best defense in the league, nobody's giving Jacksonville literally any respect on this game. What's your take on this, D. Jones?
And the crazy part is, before I start doing this show, I would have gave Jacksonville all the respect due to them. I think they have a great defense. I think they have an opportunity to win this game, but because of somebody on this show, I don't give a piss about Jacksonville. Okay? And I hope they lose by 37.5. I don't know how you get a half point, but somehow I hope Patrick Mahomes, I hope he sacks somebody and gets 2 points. Is what I hope. Like a reverse sack in the end zone, and Patrick Mahomes gets his first reverse sack and gets 2 points.
Yeah, that's definitely a way of looking at it, D. That's definitely a way of looking at it. So D's going on record. He can't stand them. Howie Bell, Kansas City coming in there, man, to Jacksonville. How are you looking at this game right now? You got Kansas City or you got Jacksonville?
Hey, man, I got Jacksonville, baby. I got all the gold teeth dreadlock dudes coming out, baby. Let's go, Jacksonville. I'm talking about all of the street dudes with the big tires that sit up about 50 inches high. Yeah, I want all of them to come out. I want Jacksonville to pop Kansas City. I respect Kansas City, but I don't like Kansas City. I like their quarterback, but I don't like the team. Jacksonville, I'm loving right now. I like what I see, man. Let's do it. I'm about to get me some fronts, baby. Yeah. Let's rock.
I gotta say this, Howie. I would be liking Jacksonville too right now, but Jay's getting on my last damn nerve. I I hope they lose. Otherwise, if Jay had been nagging me with all this Patriots talk, I'd be rooting for him this week. But just because I want them to get smacked up. So, Jay, all jokes aside, Jay, the Kansas City, man, they did look explosive. So was that a fluke, or was that the real deal, real Kansas City team we saw last week? And they getting ready to run up into them Jacksonville Jags. Them boys look really good, bro. They look really good. What's your take on this weekend? Take your fandom out of it.
It's gonna be a tough game, for both teams. You can't underestimate how hard it is to play at Everbank, because that crowd, like when they good, it's raucous down there. Mm-hmm. Now, the advantage that Kansas City has is that it's Monday night. So the sun's going to be down. But if even though it's cool down up here, Jacksonville still getting 88, 90 degrees every day. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't got to play in the heat. So that's going to help them a little bit, in the long run. But like I say all the time, I would feel better about it if I trusted my quarterback more.
Right.
I don't really trust him like that. But also on the defense, as good as it is, we got one cornerback who is susceptible. But I'm taking Jacksonville by 6 because I think the home crowd in the defense is better than what Kansas City's defense is, and Kansas City don't have wide receivers that really scare me like that.
Okay, Steve, where you at on this side? Who you got, Kansas City or Jacksonville?
All right, first of all, I'll get this out of the way. I have Kansas City. The Jacksonville fans in this house, my wife actually is a Jacksonville Jaguars fan.
Let's go!
She knows nothing about football, though. She does one of those like, the uniform looks good. Let me have this. I like the uniform. I bought her a Jaguars jersey, Mark Brunell jersey back in the day. That's the extent of her knowledge. But I'll say 2 things. Number one, what's going to sell for the NFL long term? Patrick Mahomes or Trevor Lawrence? The NFL doesn't want Trevor Lawrence going anywhere in the playoffs. So Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to start rolling because that's what's going to draw ratings on TV. Number 2, and I keep saying this, and at some point I actually will be right. Numbers don't lie. I just looked at Patrick Mahomes' Monday night record. His record is 9-3, 5-2 at home, 4-1 on the road. So I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I can't go against him.
All right. So I want to come back to football in a second, but D, I got to bring this up, man. I wanted to bring this up. So I don't know if you guys heard about this story, man. LeBron James, I mentioned it a little while ago, a couple of months ago on Box Seats. LeBron James is in the news, and he's in the news particularly because he and his partner, Maverick Carter, they got together and launched an international basketball league. Now it's designed to rival the NBA's global dominance, and this project is supposed to make a debut in fall 2026. It represents more than another professional league. It signals the fundamental shift in how basketball could be consumed worldwide, and distinctly a European sensibility that challenges traditional American sports models. That's the news thing about it. The other part about the article that I read that I didn't write down, D, is that LeBron James got millions upon millions in investment in this, and the European League literally wants to go head-to-head with the NBA because the European League feels there are better players around the world than they are in the United States. What's your take on this, D?
I like LeBron business-wise. LeBron, he gets money. He gets his family money. He gets his friends money, and I'm all for it. I hope it's successful because I don't never want to see black men lose a lot of money. But if he got investments, maybe it ain't his money that they're losing. The international game is better, but will they televise it over here to even rival the NBA? Like they got international teams and games now, but I don't see them like that because they don't televise it. So if we gotta go to YouTube or Prime or somewhere to watch it, then maybe it won't. But they gotta figure out a way to market it to us, like better than how the Big Three markets their league. So I hope it works. We're gonna see in the long run, but I wish nothing but success to LeBron.
Well, D, I just want you to understand one thing, D. The internet is undefeated. The internet is going to make sure you see it because it's
We're
LeBron
gonna
James.
see clips. We're
Yeah,
gonna see clips.
you're gonna see some more than clips, but you're gonna see it though. So let me ask Howie. Howie, do you think LeBron James is on to something with this right now? Because he put his name on it and he sees something in it that he's more involved in it than we all are. You know what I mean? He sees something to this. And
Well, yeah. I'm
go
sorry. Go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
was saying. I was going to say to D Jones' point though. So if they don't get the viewership over here, which I wouldn't be surprised because the way the world is going, Donald Trump may not allow the Olympics to come back here. So we at the point to where it may not be any more international games being showed or broadcast in America, and I'm not kidding. So we probably at that point, he probably won't show an international badminton game the way we're going. So I think that LeBron is onto something big though. Now they can go to Africa and some of them tall tribes. Get them to start hooping. They got it's the ceiling is very high with international basketball, and I think we talked about this several times on the show. And I'm telling you something, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the idea. I'm happy for everything like that. But hey, as far as them getting that airtime over here, that marketing, you're right, DJ. I don't think it's gonna happen. We got a president that doesn't like anybody, so I don't see that being a big thing over here. But kudos to him for making it be something that's gonna be international, though.
Okay, so statistically speaking, Jason, statistically speaking, there are more and more players from Europe and overseas coming to the United States to play basketball. LeBron James, I feel, is on to something huge because of this, Jay. He wants to set up a funnel system where those players, instead of coming to the NBA, are now going to Europe and they're going to try to ball out in Europe and create something bigger than what the NBA is. So my question to you is, how you see it? You see him ahead of this curve, or what's your thoughts?
I mean, they're never going to be bigger than the NBA. I mean, if you combine every European nation they got, it's a fraction of the size of the United States in terms of population.
Right.
So they ain't never going to be bigger. But I like it from the standpoint of they're recognizing that that they can put in something that doesn't exist. Like by doing this, there's literally no competition in Europe. Like there is no NBA type league in Europe that unifies all of that. There's going to be broadcast. I mean, it's going to be playing in different countries because right now Europe is really segregated. Like Spanish leagues don't really play Italian leagues, who don't really play France, don't really play. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
they don't really play each other like that.
Right.
So to see that opportunity, that's huge. And I Googled it really quickly because I hadn't heard about it. So according to the AI overview, it said that Maverick Carter is advising a group of investors seeking $5 billion.
Right.
To start this league. So yeah, I'm sure Bron got some money in it, but they're trying to bring in other heavy hitters. And the NBA, I think, is probably for this too. Because remember I was just being born or whatever, there used to be an ABA and an NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the ABA merged, with the NBA, and they incorporated, certain things from the ABA, that made the NBA better and vice versa. If they can get this league operational and functional, I can see the NBA acquiring that league later on, and making more money. And now the NBA has a global presence.
So, Steve, Jason's on to something with that because that's what my thought process is. I think LeBron is ahead of the curve on this, Steve, because A, he's launching a league that's ahead of the curve, that's funneling people from all over the world are going to be able to go through the European league that he's creating. That's number one. And number two, here's the other thing that I was waiting for one of you all to mention it. Nobody mentioned it. And I want to mention it because I think that it's really important to say. I think in the NBA might want to do an all-star game where they have that European league play against our league and ultimately would lead to what Jason is saying, Steve, that whereas the NBA might acquire that league because now they got all the players on that side. And the NBA doesn't, they don't want to hurt their brand either worldwide. You know what I mean, Steve? What's your take on this, man? You think LeBron James is ahead of the curve on this, Steve, or you think it's going to fail?
I think it's a great idea because to you guys' point, Spain doesn't play Greece and this and that over there the way they do it. But what he could do is he could fight for talent. So whoever the top players are in each country would join his league,
Good point.
you know,
Good point.
to get top dollar, and those guys would get either drafted from that league into the NBA instead of Spain or France or wherever. And also, there also could be competition with like the All-Star game. I think that would make the All-Star game way better than what it is now if you had that. And the other thing too is you've seen the NFL have these games over in Ireland, London, blah blah. You could see NBA teams traveling to Europe in small spurts to play against that league, maybe. And compete with each other. So it wouldn't be just the All-Star game. Maybe they would do like in the exhibition season and so on and so forth. So there's a huge potential there. I just looked it up real quick. There's supposed to be 6 men's teams and 6 women's teams. So not only could the men, they have it in the NBA, they could have it in the WNBA too and expand them.
Let me just throw this out there. I don't know if anybody here on this panel noticed it, but the preseason of the NBA supposedly already got underway, and all the games are already kicked off already overseas. There's none of them here kicked off here in the States. So
Right.
I think there's some groundwork here for all of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's just written on the wall right now where we're going. But let's get ready to do this.
Frank, I want to say one more thing to that point. I think that we're glossing over the fact that we're dealing with an idiot in office here, and that this seems like the norm. When they come over here to play, is ICE going to show up and start arresting fans? Is ICE, I mean, like, seriously, man, we're not putting this into consideration. We're talking about foreshadowing the future of the league and the European League, things like that. But are they going to be comfortable coming to the States? We got to think about that.
No, I thought about it when you first said it. The reason why I didn't go down that road too much, though, Howie, is because the simple fact is the people who were involved in the league with LeBron James they're not just rich, they're super wealthy. Those are the same people who put other politicians in office and take them out of office worldwide. So Trump ain't messing with that money. I can assure you that. But
it hasn't stopped any of the foreign players from coming here.
Yeah,
the players themselves, not the fans.
And what you're not thinking about is LeBron can't sell a shoe. How you gonna sell us a league? Come on now.
That's why he's trying to get this thing off, man, to sell shoes overseas, because they'll sell overseas.
I got LeBron sneakers.
You the only one.
Yeah. Now we know who bought them. Now we know who bought them. All right, so let's get ready to get this thing going, man. I want to make sure we get this top 5 on, because the other day I asked a simple question. I said, give me a top 5 athletes from the city that you claim. And D Jones, you up first, bro. You up first. So give me your top 5 athletes from the city that you claim. First of all, what city you claiming? And who are your top 5?
So is this from the city or played in the city?
Played. Yeah, they play. Like, you know, like Isaiah Thomas played for Detroit.
Got
Right.
you. So my number 1 is Joe Louis. Joe Louis, I think, got 63 wins and 55 of them was knockouts. So I gotta he got a statue. I don't know if y'all been to Detroit. He has a whole fist in the middle of the street downtown Detroit. So it's gotta be
Joe Louis Arena. I remember hearing that. You know,
yes, he got a statue down there of him.
Does.
He got 2 statues in Detroit.
He got the fist.
If y'all are sitting at home,
and an statue.
D Jones is claiming Detroit. That's what he's talking about. Detroit. D Jones claiming Detroit. So go ahead, D.
Number 2, to me, the greatest point guard, not named Magic Johnson, because I don't think Steph Curry a point guard, but that's a whole different discussion. Isaiah Thomas, the leader of the Bad Boys, 2-time champion, 1-time Finals MVP, and the greatest performance I ever seen in 1988 in the Finals, scoring 25 on the broke ankle. That's Zeke. Number 3, the greatest running back I ever seen of all time. Too bad he played for one of the worst franchises in the world at the time. I say at the time. Barry Sanders has got to be on this list. These next 2 was really, really hard because I was thinking of Calvin. I was thinking of some more people, but I put Miguel Cabrera at number 4, Triple Crown winner. He never won a title, but I got Miguel. He was a bad boy on that baseball diamond. And number 5, this was tough too, but this man brought us a chip. He changed the culture of a whole franchise. He had everybody wearing froze. I'm going with Ben Wallace.
Okay. Yeah, he did. He was a culture changer. He did do that. Howie Bell. First of all, everybody know Howie Bell's claiming Detroit. So give me your
Yes.
top 5 greatest athletes from the city you claiming, Howie.
Well, it was an athlete I went to school, and it's not in my top 5. His name is Damon Primus. He was blue chip, played for Martin Luther King High School, one of the most dominant. Went on to Auburn University, was a great player, man. Got hurt. That's why he didn't go to the league. That's one of my top. But I'm going to tell you this. I didn't pick people that just play for Detroit. These people are Detroiters. And I'm going to start with Brandon Graham, Philadelphia Eagles, brother. You know what I'm saying? One of the most incredible players, Super Bowl winner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what else? Tommy Hearns. He's from Detroit, but you already know his story. Boxing champ, boxing legend, boxing great, boxing incredible. Jerome Bettis. He is from Detroit. Played for the Steelers, though. Super Bowl winner. I think he got MVP. Jerome Bettis, incredible. Born and raised in Detroit, but got to be one of the best Detroit athletes. And then I'm going to go with Derek Coleman, basketball legend from the D. Incredible. Could have actually had a much better career than what he had, but was still incredible. But my number one guy, and he is from Detroit, is Antonio Gates, Hall of Famer, played for the San Diego Chargers, Hall of Fame, tight end, arguably one of the best tight ends that ever played in the NFL. These are Detroit guys from Detroit, but playing other teams, not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, that way.
Hold
That's
on,
how we do.
Howie, how you miss Chris Webber?
You know what? I wanted to put Chris Webber on my list, but he threw he called the timeout when he wasn't supposed to. And I just,
game.
Hey, look, he came to Detroit and got robbed a couple times. I'm like, he might not be a real Detroit guy.
Not even Jalen? That's okay.
Oh, that's cold.
Detroit got robbed.
That's cold. Hey, that's a sign of respect or disrespect. If you get robbed.
I love Chris Webber, man. I love Jalen. I love the Fab Five. Actually, Jackson's my frat brother now. So, I don't have nothing against them guys, but I had to go with the top. Antonio Gates, Derek Coleman, Jerome Bettis, Tommy Hearns, Brandon Graham, and there's plenty more. I just had to go with the top that I felt.
Okay, Jay, the ball's in your court, Jay. Give me yours.
So I'm gonna start out with an honorable mention, because he did it. He brought a lot of joy to the squad, and that's Fred Taylor for the Jacksonville Jaguars, baby. Freddie T. People don't realize he ran for almost 12,000 yards, man.
He was good. I remember him.
Yeah.
And 66 touchdowns. I think the boy should be in the Hall of Fame, but hey, that's just me.
Hold on.
Now,
what all the teams he played for? It was a team he played for, right? That I know.
Yeah. That last team, I forget about them.
I didn't hear that part though.
Yeah. I mean, he was washed by then, though.
He was.
Number 5, this is for white chocolate. Jay Cargill, who played for the Jacksonville University Dolphins.
No kidding.
People might not know this, man, but she was a college basketball player.
I had no idea.
In her senior year, she led her team in rebounding and assists. And she played for a couple years in France, professional basketball, before she decided to be a wrestler. Number 4, I'm going with that grown ass man from 9th grade from Yulee, which is 28 minutes from downtown Jacksonville, Derek King Henry, who to this day is the Florida State all-time leading rusher. Derek Henry ran for 12,124 yards in 48 games. Let that sink in. In the state of Florida, they play real football down there.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going Larry Wayne Chipper Jones of the Atlanta Braves. He played at the Bowl School down in Jacksonville. Number 1 overall draft pick by the Atlanta Braves in 1990 draft. What did Chipper do? Chipper, he's number 2 all time, in RBI for switch hitters, only behind Eddie Murray. And he finished NL MVP, all kind of stuff, and first ballot Hall of Famer in 2018. Number 2, I'm going NFL Hall of Famer and my basketball teammate, Brian Dawkins of the Philadelphia Eagles. Listen, Raines High School, B-Dawk was that boy on the football field all throughout. And he, to this day, is one of the most popular Eagles players ever, if not the most popular Eagles player. To this day, he retired in 2012. You watch Eagles games, it's number 20s all through the stands. And that's B-Dawk. and the legacy left there. But number one, I got to go NFL Hall of Famer Bullet Bob Hayes, Gilbert High School, Dallas Cowboys. Now, Bullet Bob revolutionized the NFL because he was a legitimate track star. He won a gold medal in the 100 meter, in the 4x100 meter, in the 64 Tokyo Olympics. He was a legitimate sprinter.
Wow.
He was the fastest human being in the world who could play football. And because of him, NFLs had to start doing zone defense because nobody could run with him. He, to this day, has the all-time reception record per catch. He has a career 20 yards per catch in the NFL. Bullet Bob Hayes, Jayville, Florida. Duval County is in the building. Let's go.
Okay. I want to know, Jay, I want you to make sure you know, bro, we only on for an hour, bro. We on for an hour.
I got to get that in, bro.
I got some breaking news. I'm going to drop the breaking news right after you give me your 5, Steve. Go ahead, give me your 5.
All right, I'll be quick. I do have an honorable mention because I couldn't put him on the list. Big Papi for the all the clutch hits and the 3 World Series he brought gets an honorable mention. My number 5 is Ted Williams. Somebody in the chat mentioned Manny Ramirez. I'll say this about Manny. He was a good hitter, except he used roids. And the difference between him and Ted Williams is Manny used roids, and Ted Williams fought World War II for his right to use those roids. He missed 5 years of service time in the military, so he's number 5 on my list. Number 4, Larry Bird. I don't have to go into the details. He was just an assassin on the court. Number 3, Tom Brady. And so first, before Frank, let me claim Boston area, New England Patriots, whatever. Tom Brady. 6 championships, et cetera, et cetera. Don't have to get into that. Number 2, anybody from Boston that leaves this guy off the list is automatically disowned. You're not allowed to live here anymore or be here. Number 2 is number 4, Bobby Orr. Everybody as a kid wanted to be him. He changed the way NHL defensemen play. He changed the game. I don't care about Wayne Gretzky. He's better than him. You put 5 Bobby Orrs on the ice versus 5 Wayne Gretzkys. The Gretzkys won't score. I guarantee it. 8 Norris trophies in a row. Sorry, Bobby Orr has to be on the list. Number 1, Bill Russell, 11 championships. There's no denying he was one of the best players ever to play in the NBA, and so I have him as number 1.
Okay, you said you weren't going to be long, but you lied. But that's okay.
Listen, it could have gone longer, Frank. Trust me.
You need context, man. We live in a stupid-ass country right now, bro. You got to explain shit.
You're right. All right, so here's the breaking news, D. Jones. I'm going to let you go first. It looked like D. Jones is there. Sean Combs, which has nothing to do with sports.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
He got 4 years. I had to drop the news in this right now. He got 4 years. Everybody was expecting him to get a year, 6 months, 7 months, everything else. I'm taking a pause for the cards for a hot second. Give me your thoughts on this real fast, D, and we'll jump back into the sports.
I don't think he should have got 4 years for prostitution, but he should have got 4 years for beating up a woman. So I'm okay with that part. But just being nasty, no, man. He wasn't convicted of domestic dispute, which anybody who beats women and children should do more than 4 years. But for just being a nasty, dirty individual, it seems a little excessive to me.
Okay, Howie Bell, what's your take on this Sean Combs sentence to 4 years?
Honestly, I think he did good. They were looking at giving him like 12, 13 years or something like
20.
that, man. Yeah, I think some as high as 20. Sure. I was just listening to analysts earlier today. I know they were tossing around that 12 and 13, but yes, Chocolate, to your point, much more. I think he did excellent. He did about a year or something in jail already. So they're going to deduct that. He only got about 3 more years to do. But he got a total of like 50 months or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would be happy as hell right now. I would be getting ready to go back to my cell and just enjoy these last 3 years I got left, man. He did good.
He might enjoy jail too.
He maybe, but what I'm saying is maybe. But with that being said, I just think that he did great. He's going to come out. He's going to write a book. He's going to have movies. He's going to make so much money when he gets out of jail. It's going to be ridiculous. And so I think he did excellent. If it did anything like 10 plus, it'd have been weird. But him doing 4, that would like really basically about to do 3. He got off like a fat rat in the cheese factory, brothers.
Yes,
Jay,
sir.
what's your take on this, bro?
Hey, like how we said, if I was Diddy, I would take that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, they gave him 4 years and 2 months. He already got 12.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? He already got 12 in. So I'm looking at thing right now. He's gonna be released late 2028, if not sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, listen, when is R. Kelly's release date? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if I'm Diddy, boy, I'm in that thing. I'm doing that right now, son. You know what I'm saying? 2 years, 2-3 years, he up out of there. So it is what it is at this point, man. But this just goes to show people, right? There's what you think the law is, and there's what the law really is. There are things people do every day that they don't realize can get them locked up for a long period of time if they get caught doing that.
Steve, you get the last word.
Real quick, I think that we're living in the new era with the Me Too stuff. I feel like they probably felt that they had to do something, and they kind of went easy on him and gave him 4 years or whatever. And so I agree with those guys. He should just take that 4 years. And Howie's probably right on. Somebody's probably already writing the scripts for the documentaries you're going to see on A&E and Netflix and whatever else there's going on. There's going to be books and so he'll have time to sit and think about what how he wants to write stuff. And look, Jay has it too. The way that the laws are. Listen, it could have been worse for him.
Okay,
way worse.
All right, so let's now we got to change, the mood of this thing because I didn't want to bring it down. I just wanted to make sure we broke the story. So give me your top 5 funniest things a woman ever did to dump you, D. Jones. Because being a comic, I'm sure you got some funny stories to talk to us about that. We got to talk. We got to get this in today.
I'll be honest with you.
Here it come. I ain't never been dumped.
No. I've had women leave and walk out, but not funny. Like
It wasn't nothing funny about it. It wasn't funny.
The funniest thing I remember doing is I was dating this girl, and I was picking her up from work one day, and I was across the street. We got this place called Gibraltar Trade Center. They had from guns and knives to antique furniture to pets, and I bought a scorpion because another comic told me, "You'd be the coolest dude on the block. You buy a scorpion." Peer pressure, but I was 30 years old. And I bought this scorpion, and I called her like, "Babe, I bought a scorpion." We named it, and we was all happy. This was our first pet together, and I took the scorpion home, and she never came back.
Wow.
That's it. I don't. Yeah.
Okay, that's yours. Okay. Howie Bell, give me yours.
Hey, listen, I've had a lot of them. Trust me when I tell you. I had to shorten my list up about how many times I got left. Let me tell you this. One of mine was one girl told me, this is true stories. I met her in New York, and then she moved to LA, and then I moved to LA, and we were still kicking it a little bit. And after about 2-3 times in LA, she was like, "You know what? You don't really have money." And she was like, "We can't really hang out." That's a true story. This girl went on to be a producer and all that kind of stuff, won Emmys and everything. So I won't say her name. But she dissed me later on in the year. She came to a show and was like, "Hey, you did good." I was like, "You told me I was poor." And so anyway, stop calling me. I had a girl flat out tell me, "Don't call me no more." I'm just blowing her phone up like, "Why you ain't calling me?" I'm so dumb and corny. I'm still calling, not realizing that was she was ghosting me. Girls stopped coming over as much. I mean, when I was in school, when you got your own dorm room, you get your own spot, you get your girl coming over, you cooking, the girl just started disappearing on me and not coming back. So I took that as a sign. And my last one, this one hurt. I was hanging out with her and she was like, "You know what? I like your boy." And so
Oh my God.
You talk about having to be strong and have thick skin.
Wow.
I dealt with that one. I like your boy. So, so I've had it all, what I'm saying, as far as being rejected. Those are mine.
Damn.
Wow. Jay, you want to pass?
I'm never gonna have to pass, man. I mean, because I ain't never been dumped. You know what I'm saying? And a huge part of that is because I never really had girlfriends. Not like that. I had chicks I was messing around with, but I didn't care if they came or went. You know, and most of them I kind of pushed out the door anyway. I was focused on doing my career stuff and getting out the hood and going to school. I ain't had time for them scallywags, man.
Okay.
Jacksonville got them big booty girls, boy.
All over the place.
All over the place.
That's why I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there.
It's pressure.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not going down there. You got any?
All right, so I don't have 5. I have the one that was, and I didn't have a lot of dates with girls or whatever, but I have the one that got used the most, and everybody at some point has probably heard it. It's not you, it's me. And so I got that a lot, but that reminds me of the Seinfeld episode when that happened to George Costanza, and he flipped out and said, "I invented it's not you, it's me." So that's kind of how I felt about that. So that's all I got.
All right, so D, let me see. I want to get this films one out there too. I think that was a pretty funny one. I want to end on the show on this one. So D, give me a top 5 films that you wish you could have directed and what you would have changed.
Okay, number 5 is a couple. It's biopics of Aaliyah, Tupac, and Biggie. Like, they did these biopics so wrong, especially.
It was awful.
And I think they deserve better. So I'd have just did those a lot better. The casting was dope. Whoever wrote these biopics was trash. Okay. Number 4, I got Death at a Funeral. Okay. The script would have had to be better. It had Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Regina Hall, Tracy Morgan, Danny Glover, and Martin. And this movie was terrible to me. I think I blame it on the script. I really, really did not like the script at all. I gotta look up my other ones.
That was a copy of an original British film. That's why they left it like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Number 3, I got the last 2 Hangovers. Like, I would have changed again the script. They tried to do the first movie over twice with the same concept. Like, they didn't switch anything. And the Hangover was so good, and the sequel and the third one was so bad. I would have changed that. Number 2, it's not a movie, but Snowfall. When Singleton passed away, those last 2 seasons of Snowfall was so not terrible. It just didn't live up to the first 3. And I love Snowfall because I love watching people get money in that type of fashion. And number 1, I would move this script from Vegas to Atlanta and have Megan Thee Stallion be the lead, and that would be Showgirls.
Oh, okay. All right. He put thought into that, bro.
You want to have clapping. You want that when they dance.
Yeah, that's what he wants. That's what he wants.
Atlanta Showgirls starring Megan Thee Stallion.
Howard, give me your 5 films that you wish you could have directed and what you would have changed.
All right. Well, first of all, in the movie Top Gun, I would have made them all Tuskegee Airmen. Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro-black with me. I'm a Spike Lee fan, and I'm one of the Hudlin brothers. I'm not no kind of fan, so I'm gonna change all mine. Instead of Roots, when he cut Kunta Kinte's foot off, flip it up. We cut the Master's foot off. You know what I'm saying? We rebellion. We're gonna change all these scripts up. You know what I'm talking about? Superman, he should be black. You know what I'm saying? Give him some cornrows, some chains hanging, make him look like Shador Sanders, have him flying through, saving thoughts, and stopping girls from getting OnlyFans pages. You know what I'm saying? my next one would be Rocky. Yeah, Rocky. Yeah, I'm talking about the Apollo would have won everything. He'd have beat Rocky and the Russian. He would have been the new Rocky. You know what I'm saying? Would have had Apollo do all that. You know what I'm talking about? My last one, 4 BBWs and 1 lucky guy. Take the lucky guy out and put me in there. You know what I'm talking about? I want to be the lucky guy with the 4 BBWs. I saw this movie 1,000,000 times. I need to be in that. Those are my movies that I would change.
How you spell that movie?
Which one?
The last one.
4 BBWs, 1 lucky guy.
Might look that up.
For the white people watching, BBW means big, beautiful woman.
I got it. I know that already.
He won't talk about you. He won't talk about you, white chocolate. He talk
I was
about
gonna say, I kind of felt that was directed at me, but I'm already
No.
No,
Listen,
no.
your
You
name
white
is White
chocolate.
Chocolate. We assume
Yeah.
you know these things already.
Yeah, we assume you
Okay.
know. We assume you know. We won't talk about you.
I'm
Go ahead,
talking to
James.
Trevor. Okay,
Yeah.
talking to Trevor.
He's talking to Oklahoma Steve. Not white
Chad.
chocolate Steve.
I'm talking to Chad. I didn't Wyoming.
Go ahead, Jay. Give me your top 5 films that you wish you could direct and you would have changed. What you would have changed.
All right. Hold up. Let me get number 5. Number 5, I would redo John Wick. Because I love the premise, but the story is really nonsensical. The way it plays out, they had so many moments that were forced that they didn't earn. It just happened. Number 4, I would go Mississippi Burning.
Mm-hmm.
If that were me, I would make it more focused. More focused on the black people who were actually doing the suffering at the time, and less focused on the do-gooding white FBI agents. You know, showing what they were doing, which really wasn't much. I mean, to like really let people feel that pressure was, in Mississippi during that time and what they felt like. I mean, the black people basically props in their own story. Number 3, both Jack Reacher movies. And I would cast anybody other than Tom Cruise. Okay?
I second that.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you ever read the novels,
I second that.
bro,
Jack Reacher
you would know
854.
Tom Cruise has no business in that role, man.
Yeah.
Because in the books, I'm gonna read it to you. Jack Reacher is described as a 6'5" man, broad, muscular build with sandy blonde hair.
Yep.
And Tom Cruise is from Munchkin Land.
Right.
You hear me, bro? So
But the TV
anybody
show
who's
said-
an avid reader of the book, they would have been flabbergasted by seeing Tom Cruise casting that part.
And I read that, so I was. But the TV series is on point, though. Sorry, Jay.
It is, yeah. The TV series corrected it.
Yeah.
Number 2, Monsters Ball.
Oh man.
Bruh,
You ain't gotta say no more.
Oh
bruh.
man.
You ain't gotta say no more.
The first thing I would do, I'd make sure Diddy ain't nowhere near no camera doing no kind of acting. First off. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. The second thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna either recast Hallie or I'm gonna recast the son. But those two can't be mother and son. That didn't play at all. And lastly, I'm gonna lose that make me feel good scene at the end. That really was just Hallie doing some of the worst acting I've ever seen her do, and they gave her an Oscar for it. I changed that. And number 1, Belly. I love the concept, but I would write an actual script and do some actual directing with a real cast that could actually act.
You know, every time we bring up something, you always throw in Belly. I don't know how you figure it out. How you find a way to get Belly.
Because it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen made in my life, but the concept and it's so beautifully shot.
It is.
You find a way. You find a way. All right, y'all. We getting ready to roll up out of here. It's Friday. I want to wish you all the best Friday, best week and everything else out there. Howie, I see you in New York. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
Man, all day, man. Howie Bizel on the gram. I want to tell everybody, man, the momentum for Unexpected Christmas. The film is coming out November 7th. The momentum is picking up beautifully. And we got a lot of different premieres coming up and screenings and stuff like that. But I'm here in New York at 144 Bleecker Street, Smack Village. This is my show. This is like the back studio area. They do podcasts here too. And hey, look, I got to say this, fellas. I did West Coast and East Coast. I did it in LA and I did it in New York and I almost got Alaska. Come on now, box seats. Let's rock and roll.
There it is. There it is, D. Jones. Tell everybody out there how they can follow you, bro.
This weekend I'll be headlining at the Fox. I'm just speaking things into existence.
Let's go.
Let's
go, D.
Monday. I do have a show tomorrow, and Frank, don't get on me for this. I don't know where it's at. I forgot about it till they sent me the flyer yesterday at the last minute. So follow me at 313D Jones and on everything.
D Jones is the type of comic that would drive me nuts if I read him.
No, they booked me months ago and then sent me the flyer yesterday. Like, and it's a fundraiser. I'm not even getting paid. I forgot about it.
Okay, you clean that up. Jay, tell everybody how they can follow you, bro.
Follow me at JD Hayes at Fanbase, or you can follow me at www.thepatriotsareonlifesupport.com.
And Jay still sucks. I can't stand
I
it.
got white chocolate up next. Get him white chocolate.
Yeah, white chocolate.
All right. Follow me and Frank on Boston Straight Shooters on Facebook and YouTube, and also on www.jaguarswillgetcroakbythechiefs.com Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we
You might
out
be
here.
right.
The name of the show is called Box Seats. We back Monday. We're going to do the recap of the weekend shows. We're going to talk about a couple of other things that jumped off this weekend and everything else. But y'all be safe. We'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah.